You are listening to the Slowly Dying Podcast with Becca.
Check yourself. Check. Week after I cried at the bowling alley.
And Bronte.
Oh my God, what have I done?
What do you mean? I haven't heard from you in months. We talk about everything and anything.
I could tell she was frustrated just by how she was throwing I'm the only one who does it the best.
And turn in every Monday for a brand new episode.
I did not know though.
What? Like you were freaking out.
Let's get it popping.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey guys, it's Bronte. Becca.
Oh, hey guys, what's poppin'? I thought you were going to say what's poppin'.
Sorry, that's your line.
Okay.
It's
What's
okay.
poppin'? It's time to get party planning.
What is
Let's
going
go.
on? Oh my God. So we're coming back this week about party planning and for a very good reason why.
Okay, girl.
Becca, do you want to tell them why?
Okay, I'm planning my birthday party. I'm turning 28 August 31st, but I'm not having the party until October because I work every weekend in August as of now, and I have a lot going on. So we're just going to do it in October, and the theme is called Bust It.
Bust it.
Bust It, but whatever. You know the song Bust It, Bust It by Erica Banks, I think. Anyway, it's a stripper song. So,
and guys, we're talking about this at like 9-10 o'clock in the morning. We are recording this at like 9-10 o'clock. It's getting real.
It's getting crazy. Well, I just bought all the supplies and I got the invitation. So I just think that like, I'm very good at planning parties. I planned my house, like, cause I moved out party. I forget what that episode was called. We did that a little while ago with the purple dick.
I think it was like 2 months ago. A month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah. So go check out that one. But I just wanted to, when I talk to my friends and I've talked to other people, they're like, oh, you're just so good at planning parties. I think it's because of my OCD. I have everything lined up. I think that's why. I think I could be a wedding planner. I could probably plan somebody's wedding in 2 days. No lie, just because like, I just know what to do automatically. But I think, it's surprising how everyone's like, well, I don't want to throw a party because it's too stressful. So I'm going to give you some tips, and I'm sure Bronte is going to give you some tips. And yeah.
Oh, the Your House Party episode dropped May 24th. So go check that out. It's crazy. I'm still reliving that night.
I ended up with a black eye, like
a black eye. I almost burnt your apartment down and we got locked in.
Girl, I was too drunk to even realize all that.
Yeah. We got locked in like 6 times. Yeah. I don't even know what was happening. So,
girl.
But anyway, let's get this started.
Okay. So I think the number one thing when it comes to party planning is the plan ahead. I mean, it sounds simple, but I mean, it's, you know what I mean? Like everyone's like, oh, always like do things ahead of time. But truly, I mean, it is August 18th, right? Or August 9th. I don't even know today's date. It's like August, and my party's not until the end of November. But I won't be stressed out September and October. You know what I mean? Because I already have ideas coming through, and I think like if I started planning this 3 weeks before the party, I'd be too stressed out.
Yeah.
So I think then it gives other people a chance to rearrange their schedule to be able to make it.
Right.
Like invitations are going out this week. I just got people's addresses. It's like not stressful. It's fun planning. I have a great time planning parties. I love it. I threw last Halloween because of COVID. I threw a Halloween party for the kids. I think I had more fun than them, but I did a lot of like activities and, stuff with them, and I had a hayride and, and then, you can also think of like what the theme is, and you can look out for like discount items of like, you can see what's on sale, and I don't know. I just think it's easier for me. I think that's the number one thing. I think the number two thing to make everything easier is to make a list. So for my party called the Busted Party, I did drinks, food, dessert, extra, and then invitations with their addresses. I'm going to go old school and actually send them an actual invitation. So I know like what I'm having to drink, what I'm having to, food wise, what I'm doing for dessert, what I'm doing for like games. I just think it's easier. I think if you write it down, you can actually see how the party's going to flow. Yeah.
100%.
Do you have any suggestions? going off that?
I definitely agree with you, like inviting ahead of time, because everyone, like, we got to realize we're not 4 anymore. And it's like, we don't have our parents, like, just arranging our schedule for us. And it's like, we don't have a life, we have lives. And like me, even knowing 2 months almost in advance, like, you can arrange your schedule, like, and even like with us being nurses, it is still very difficult because you sign a contract, you have to work specific weekends, you're scheduled on call, it's just the way that it is, because your life really isn't your own when you're a nurse. But I'm not talking about like being a nurse. Other people have lives as well. So just by giving them a moment to have their life respected. And then when you get an invitation, it's like, it's more of a chance of more people that you want being there instead of doing it last minute. Yeah,
exactly.
And even if I was scheduled on my weekend, I have plenty of time to try and get it covered. Like, I have plenty of time to rearrange what I have to. So.
Yeah. And I agree. It's all about, respecting people's time. Of course, things come up like last minute, I'll be like, hey, Bronte, are you free Saturday? We'll go do this. Like, but if you're having a birthday party, like Willie's birthday will be in December. So I'll start planning in October. Like, you just get the habit of that, unless you're just going to have like your mom and dad, whatever. But like, I'm having probably a little over 15 people. Yeah. So that's going to take some planning,
Right.
And then, like I said, I'll be less stressed. I think, if you make a list of like the food, I think food depends on like what kind of party, like, let's get into like food and drinks, like,
oh my God. There's always way too much food at the end of it. I never learn any single time, ever.
But it's better to have more food than not enough. I think that's really important. It shows people that you're not cheap, and, people want to eat at parties. Like, when you go to a kid's birthday party, you best believe you better be having good food, because I am not coloring those coloring pages. I'm going to be eating the food. Like,
coloring those coloring pages.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, and if you have a kid party, it's very important to have kid activities. Yeah. Like, don't be mad when the kids are like tearing your house up and you didn't provide activities for the children. It's a kid's birthday party. Exactly. But that's a different, like, if you throw an adult party, I mean, you have to, like, is there enough seating in your house? Like, what are you going to do? Is there going to be drinking? And I think another respectful thing, and this is 100%. I mean, if you come to my adult party called Busted, like, you best believe there's going to be alcohol, and a stripper pole. But my thing is, make it well aware that there will be drinking. Like, it will be crazy. Like, you don't want people showing up and them being like, oh, like, let's just have a little wine. No, it's going to be a busted party. So you don't ever feel bad. I think I made that very clear at my last party. So nobody was shocked. Nobody was surprised. And I think this coming around, I'll put on the invitation, like, it's going to be a little crazy. I made that really,
and
aware.
I'm a person that personally does not take offense when people specifically state no kids, no babies, no kids.
Absolutely.
I don't feel any sort of way personally. I mean, other people can, and that's their own. But when someone is going out of their way to make a party and they don't want any kids there, there's a specific reason why. Like,
I agree.
Like, you're like constantly worried about, like, if someone else's kid's there, you can't act the way you could without a kid there. And it's like, and not that we don't love our friends' kids or whatever. We're not saying that. It's just like a moment of time where all adults can come together and have a good time without stressing about the kids' whereabouts,
Exactly. No, exactly. And I agree. And, some activities are not appropriate for kids.
Oh, yeah.
So always make that very clear. I mean, if you make things very clear ahead of time, I made it very clear before I even send out the invitations. And it is what it is. And also, when you send out the invitations, like, let's say you invite your girlfriend, make it clear to your girlfriend if she can invite her husband. If it's an all girl party, make that clear. You know what I mean? Like, just the girls' party, no kids, start at 7 p.m. There will be drinking, like, just,
right.
Make it known. It's just a respect thing.
That's it. And I,
Yeah,
I hate when people go too deep into it, you know?
Yeah.
Even when it's like a party where, you know, I'm going to get into a little bit of sensitivity here. When someone's holding a party and they only want their close friends and they don't want like anyone's friends of friends that you don't really know,
Yeah.
you know, like it's nothing against them. It's just like, okay, I just don't want to be stressing about, you know, those moments where you have to like include someone, you know what I mean? Like, not that we're not happy to do it, but it's just, you know, you want to just have a party where you don't have to worry about that, you know?
Well, and sometimes, you know, the more people you have, the more food you have to supply, the more supplies. You know, if you have a house party and you only have a 2-bedroom apartment, you have to put that into consideration.
Right.
But I mean, you know, some parties, like, I'm like, okay, I only want this person. But like, we were just on the phone and I'm like, well, if you want to invite your friends, like, I don't care. Cause it's more of just like a fun party.
Right.
You know, like if we were going to the Bahamas, then, you know what I mean? It would probably just be my close friends. But like, because this is a crazy party, like I could care less, you know?
Right.
So I think it all depends on who's hosting the party and just respect them.
Yeah.
Because it is their place and they're opening up their place and money.
Mhm.
You know, like I don't think people realize like it costs a lot of money for the food. You know, it costs a lot of money to go. But I mean, I always try to get things on sale. But like, you know, people don't realize like the happy birthday banners, the trash bags to clean up. I mean, it sounds so stupid, but when you start adding the things up, it's like $50. And like, if you're paying for it, then you should have say of who comes over. I mean, food alone, you're paying at least $50 for a party.
Yeah.
You know, drinks alone. So I also think it's okay to have people bring things. Like for my party, like, you know, I'll ask Bronte, hey, Bronte, can you grab, you know, whatever, homemade mac and cheese? And then I'll be like, Liz, can you grab Jell-O shots? Like, I think that's very appropriate.
I think so.
You know, I'm like, if you guys want to come party, bring something. So that way, maybe it's cheaper for the person who doesn't have to spend $200 throwing money. But if I didn't know, like your friend that might come, I would probably not ask her to bring anything because I don't really know her. But like you and like my close friends, like, you know.
Yeah, my mom always told me that's like a thank you for inviting me over your house, like contribution. Like, you know, it's the least that we can do because like, I remember my mom always saying like, they're offering their home for this good time. Like, yes, it's like out of they're doing the inviting, but it's still the least that you can do, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
All of that. Like another like touchy, like party subject. And I have crossed this so many times when that person in your group or your party is kind of being a buzzkill or drama queen or king, like, you know, about like where they're ruining the mood and handling something like that, because if you're the host of the party and you're already stressed out about making sure everyone's having a good time and making sure everything's going okay, and then you have that one person who's like annoying the crap out of you, you know,
or who doesn't even want to be there, it's like, then leave. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you let the people know what kind of party, if there's going to be alcohol, like you made them 100% aware of the situation before they came to the party, and they come to the party and they act like a brat, then they need to be asked to leave. Simple as that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, and I think like as a host of the party, you know, like when I host a party, like I just want everybody to have a good time. And I just want everyone to get along, whether you know the person or not. Like if you're at somebody's house, like you don't have to be besties with the other person, but be like, hey, how are you? And just like show that the host, like you're not like one side of the people are sitting over here and the other person that they don't know. You know what I mean? Don't be rude like that. Like just include everyone. You're at a damn party. Like have a good time.
Right. Exactly.
You know?
And it's hard, like having that, like, you know, conversation with them even during the party, because sometimes, you know, it's like, hey, like, I just noticed your, like, you know, your attitude or how you're acting. Is everything okay? Because like, you know, other people can feel that energy, you know, it's like,
yeah, I agree.
And then you're stressing out about it. And
When you're supposed to be at a party, having a good time.
exactly. That's what the party's there for. Just relaxing and having a fun time with everyone. If you're going to bring if someone's going to bring their own drama to the party, it's like, okay, this isn't appropriate, you know?
Exactly. And I think people need to realize, because like I have a lot of friends from different groups of people.
Mhm.
And I mean, they don't ever have a problem, but it's like, you know, you might not hang out with that person because of X, Y reasons. But when I throw a party and I bring you guys together, like you guys need to act cool, which what my friends do. I'm just saying, like, as an example, like the people you invite, like, you know, unless they beat the crap out of you and you have a restraining order, like, of course, then, okay, maybe you shouldn't go to the party, but like go into the party with an open mind, you know?
Yeah. Open mind. Yeah. Yeah. Because like, it just makes things easier, or putting drama aside for someone's special occasion.
I
You know,
agree.
like don't be selfish going into a party talking about your drama, being a Debbie Downer, or don't use a party to like confront a person either. Like
Yeah, I agree.
that is horrifying, you
Yeah.
know. So it's not appropriate, and it just ruins the time too.
I agree. So just, you know, like I said, you're at a party, have a good time. And then I think the last thing I want to end with is cleaning up.
Oh my God.
I don't think people realize, like, you know, it's like some people have to leave parties early, and that's fine. But like,
Mhm.
okay, if you're going to leave a party early, especially a wedding, you need to let them know ahead of time. Cause like, you know, what we were talking about on the phone, like, you know, like I might provide snacks, but then later buy pizza.
Yeah.
So if you're leaving early, let me know. So then I won't buy like an extra pizza for you. Like, it's like, just consider it.
Yeah.
I think that's like, just again, communication is the biggest thing, but also, you know, like cleanup is offer to help clean up. It's just a respect thing.
It's all respect.
Especially if you're close to the person, like be like, hey, I'll take the trash out for you, or hey, like I'll put the food in the fridge. You know what I mean? Because I don't think, like, my last party, and I'm not lying, I spent probably 2 hours after everyone, well, I fell asleep because I was drunk, and then
Mhm.
I woke up probably 2 hours vacuuming. I was wiping down the walls.
How many times did I shampoo your carpets?
Girl, I don't even know. I was drunk as hell. But you know, like you guys like took the trash out for me. Like I remember, you know, my one friend put all the food in the fridge, but it's like still, it's a lot and it's very stressful. So, you know, if everyone just does 5 minutes of work, it
Done.
makes the party go a lot smoother. Well, the cleanup process.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. At the end of the day, just be a considerate person and have a good time at the party. That's pretty much what we're saying. You
and
know.
always match the host. Like if the host is drunk as hell, okay, then get drunk as hell. Nobody cares. But like if it's not a drinking,
Match the host.
like, but if it's not a drinking party, like if you're at somebody's wedding, okay, I got a little crazy at my best friend's wedding, but she told me to get crazy. So like, whatever, I'll do whatever she wants because she was the bride. But like, you know, if nobody was drinking at the wedding, don't be drunk as hell and you can't even walk straight.
Right.
Always match the other person's energy. That's why you have to know what kind of party it is going
Right.
in. If it's a kid's birthday party, I don't want to see you drunk, falling all over and puking all over my son's birthday party. But if you come to the busted party, I still don't want you puking, but like you can get drunk and like have a good time. Always match the host. That's my
Right.
suggestion.
I like
So,
that. I like that.
Yeah. Match the host.
Yes. I like that.
Match the vibe of the party.
Yeah.
It's all about the vibes.
This was a good one.
Yeah, I like
This
this
was a good
one.
one. So
Yeah, I enjoy, you know, doing the parties and stuff. I think they're fun.
yeah, they are fun. They are a good
So,
time.
and we'll do a episode after
How
the party
went.
and tell you guys how it went. Girl, I'm probably end up in jail.
No,
Like
you
you-
won't. No,
Girl.
I'll make sure.
We need to buy matching outfits. Well, matching shirts
It's gonna be so
that say
lit.
busted on it.
Bust it.
That's kind of inappropriate, but whatever.
It's okay. It's all right. We're adults.
But yeah, if you're gonna plan a party, take these little tips and have a good old time.
Take them to the
And-
bank.
Take it to
Yeah.
the bank. Follow the host to the bank.
You know. All right,
Yeah.
guys. It was such a good time talking about this busted party that will probably go down in history for how this planning's going. But we hope these tips help you out. Just have a good time. That's it. Have a good time. Be respectful. Love each other. That's it.
That's it.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening again. And we'll see you next week on our next week's episode.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.